So this is my welcome screen now. We are creating a new identity card, an ID card now, a simple one. So here's our welcome screen. So these are my recent work that I have saved before. It might not appear on your screen like this, but to give you a new document just like this. And mind you, I'm using Corel 2021, irrespective of anyone you're using. We are still working on the same Corel, so just find where your new document is located so we can start a new document from scratch. So I click on my new document now. I wait for about a minute to load. Then after that, it gave me here that what's the name of the document I want to create. So I can input the name. I can say my ID card. And in this page size, I want a custom page of 3.3 by 2.2. That's default ID card size. Although some uses 3.4 by 2.2, but I would recommend a 3.3 by 2.2 size in inches. Remember, we are working on inches here, so there are several measurement units, but we are making use of units. So in inches, so 3.3 by 2.2. That's in landscape format. If you are doing in a portrait format, it will be 2.2 by 3.3. But when we create this document, then we can change the dimension the way we use. So the resolution for me is 300 dpi, and I click my OK. So this is my screen. This is what it gives to me. So this is my zoom from the property bar. I can zoom it to fit to my page so that I can see everything that I'm doing here. So this is the format, this is the layout for my ID card, but I'm looking forward to create an ID card in a portrait dimension, not in a landscape dimension. So in this my property bar here, as we've learned in the last lesson, so I'm coming here to turn it in a portrait way. So if I click on this, it shows me in a portrait way. You always use this tab here to switch your zoom. If you want it to come more, to width, to height, to page, anywhere how you want it. But make use of this. If I click on this back, it turns to landscape format, and this turns to portrait. I'll make use of the portrait for now. So let's dive into the course. The first thing for me to do is to draw my rectangle to my placeholder for all the elements I want to add here. So I will click and drag here. I want it to match with the size I gave the document. That's 2.2 by 3.3. So I have drawn it, so I need to come to this pick tool to pick my tool. Then I click on it again, come to this dimension bar, then I'll select 2.2 by 3.3. You can use your tab to go to another tab and you hit your enter. So it is in the main size now, the original size for an ID now. So you can also use the shortcut P to place your objects in the center of the page. So you can use it to place your object in the center of the page. So this is my container that will contain everything that I wanted to do. So I want to start designing my ID card now. So depending on what you want to achieve, what you want to design, your mind, your creativity. So I'm just taking you on a simple ID card design that you can have for your company, for yourself. You can do it yourself. You have the CorelDRAW stuff in a simple step. So let's dive into it now. So my first thing is I have to click on this again because I want to manipulate a rectangle box to create another object from rectangle. There is one thing amazing about this rectangle tool. This rectangle tool, there is no shape that I cannot form from it. I can form circle, triangle, any kind of ellipse to star. I can form polygonal, any polygonal shape, octagon, anything, nonagon, anything shape. I can form it from this rectangle. Anything, any kind of shape, I can form it from this rectangle. With a circle, any shape. So just note that I'm still coming up with a video of how you can manipulate this rectangle to form any kind of shape that you want. So make use of this now. I have done it, and I'll click on my pick tool. This is my pick tool here. So anything I do, I make sure I click on this pick tool bar. I do this, so I click on the pick tool. So I want to power clip this inside this box that I have created before. Remember, there are two boxes now, this main container and this. So these are main container, our background, then this is the concept of my design, what I wanted to design. So my next step is I want to put this small box inside this container. How will I do it? I want to power clip it, I want to fix it inside. How will I do that? So that's what I am on now. So my first step is I have created this. Now I want to drag it inside this box to fit inside the box. So what you have to do is to hold your right click, not click. You are holding your right click. I've held down my right click, then I'll drag it to the center of this container, to the center of this box. So until it gives me something like a target, as if I want to shoot a gun. When it gives you something like this, you can drop. But if it gives you something like this, that's you are not there. To give you something like this, a circle with 4 points facing the north, west, south, and east, as if you have a target. Then you can now drop it. You click it, you drag, and you drop it. So let me go back again. This is my box, so I right click and hold it, click and drag it inside there. It gives me something like a target, then I release it, and another menu pop out. It pop out that, oh, okay, what do you want to do with this object that you have moved? So I'm selecting the power clip. I want to power clip my object, so I click on this power clip inside. So it has placed this rectangle object inside the box. It's placed this rectangle object inside my. You can see there is no ending of the small rectangle here because it is placed inside this box. So I have put it there. It's just like putting water in a bucket and you cover it, so the water is not showing, you're seeing the cover. So that's what it means here. So for me to now edit it, how can I edit it? If I click on this, I click on the main box, because I cannot select this again. I cannot select the small box again. It's inside the main box now. So I click on the main box. If you're using Corel 2021, it's very easy for you. So, but I want to go through the normal procedure for all versions of CorelDRAW. If I click on this container, I have to right click on it. I have right click and I'll select edit power clip. Before we choose power clip inside, as we have power clip is inside. Now what we power clip, we want to edit it now. So I click on this. So it shows the box now. So I can now select the box. I can now select the box and do anything I want with it. So that's it. So if you get to this stage, that's the first method. So I want to go back again. It's still the same thing, the same method that we have used before. So just find anywhere you see finish editing content or finish. If you are using Corel 2021, if you have finished editing this, you have not finished, but I want to go back to show you another method that you can edit what you have power clipped. So sometimes it is up here, sometimes it is down here, depending on the version you're using. So I click on this finish. So for example, I have finished this. I have not finished, but I just want to show you that I have finished. So I have come back to the normal stage where the container is holding everything. Another method I can edit what I have power clip is I'll click on it. That's the first procedure. Instead of using right click and you select this power, edit power clip, what I'll do now is I'll click on it, then I'll come up here to this edit. It's the same way of right clicking and selecting edit power clip. So I click on edit, so I can edit it again. It's different from the first method we have used, and it's more simpler than the first method. But in case you are not using this version, it might not give you that option, so use the first option for it. So that's that on how you edit it. We have power clip objects. We have learned how to power clip it. You right click and drag, you hold it, you right click, hold, and you drag it inside another container that you want to put it in. Just like I want to put my clothes inside my bag, so I have to hold it, drag it to my bag, and I will zip it up. So that's the same method here. You have two boxes, you want to put one inside one, so you have to right click, hold it, and drag it in that box, and from the pop-up that brings a lot of options, you select the power clip inside. And if you want to edit what you have put there, for example, I put my clothes there, then I want to rearrange it. So what's the process of rearranging it? Then you right click on the main box, then you select edit content. So that's that. So I have right click and select edit content now. So I want to edit the content now. So this is my box here that I want to use for the design. So I can drag it here anywhere I want it. I can drag it here, I can drag it here, so the way you want it. But if it is a text, you don't drag in this four corner, so we don't need that now. Take you on that later. So I drag it the way I want until I'm satisfied with it. So I want it this way. But what I want to get from this is a triangle, a different type of triangle that is not that common. That's my own design concepts that I want to get from this. So I want to manipulate this rectangle to give me another shape like a triangle. So the first step now is going to this second tool here, this shape tool, which the shortcut is F10. If you hit F10, it takes you to shape tool, or you click on it manually in this toolbox. Remember, these are toolbox. So I click on this toolbox here, this F10, this shape tool. So you notice that something changed here. There are some blue things that appears here. So I want to edit it and convert it to normal curve for me. So I click on this first. This is my first step. Then I right click here. I right click on this and select convert to curve. Right click and select convert to curve. So I have select convert to curve now. So I want to manipulate it. Just follow what I am showing you on the screen. You create a node here. To create a node, you have to double click 1, 2. You double click, that's you click 2 times. That's double click for you. So you can't double click outside, you double click within these lines. So I want to double click here. Just follow it. If you place your cursor here, you see something like curve or something like S. So that's the proper time for you to double click. I double click here, 1, 2. So I have double clicked this. So now I want to remove this shape, this last shape here that my mouse is on. I want to remove it. So the node, we call it node, so I don't need it again. So I'll double click that again, 1, 2. So transform another shape for me from rectangle. So that's how we do it. That's how we roll it. So this I can now come here to give it shape, the color, any type of color I want. So I want this blue. I click this blue. Then here is none. So I right click here and select set outline color. So just right click here so that you remove the outlines. These outlines here. If you have right click here, so the outline will just disappear. So anytime you are finished with this, you pick your pick tool. If you draw a box, pick your pick tool. If if you do this, you pick 2, just like a restore point for us, a resting point for us. That's the work of the picture. So the next thing, I want to make use of this again. I told you we can make different kind of shape with this rectangle tool. So I'll click on this and drag again. So I want to form another kind of shape. This time I want this kind of cyan. So I click on this cyan. Then you can see this rectangle tool following my cursor. So I want to change it to pick 2 again. So it has changed to pick 2. Always remember your pick 2. So now I'm going to the same process that we did before. Shape 2. After you click on your shape 2, you come to your object that you want to form the shape with. So you right click and you come to convert to curve. The shortcut is Ctrl Q. So I click on it to convert to curve. So the next step, I want to turn this one to a rectangle. So I double click here again, 1, 2. It's created another node for me in this center of this place. So double click here so that this one will disappear. Double click here, this one will disappear. So my pick 2 again. So I want to bring it up to this place, and I want to make use of the zoom tool. The zoom, the shortcut is Z or Z. So this is it. You click on this Z, then I'll click and drag to where I want to zoom. This is where I want to zoom. And I pick 2. So I click on this. This is what I want to work on. I want it to be straight, as you can see. One side is more wider than the other. So I click on it the first time. So it shows me these nodes. If you click on it again in this center, where the right center, if I click on it once, it shows me this. If I click on it twice again, so it shows me something like this curve. So this is what I need. So I'll just come to this ending, and I'll click and drag until I'm satisfied. I will shape it until I'm satisfied with the shaping. So I'm okay with this. So I can leave this now. So I can zoom it in or zoom it out. From this place, this property bar, we have 301 here. So I can now come here to fit. So I have zoomed it out back. Don't mind all these outlines, these ones that are out. When we finish everything, it will be okay back. So these are our point, our property point. This right here. Anything outside this line, that means that thing is not going to show at the end. These are cutting edge. These is our cutting edge. So you don't mind anything outside the line because it's not going to show. My next step is I want to add a name or a logo for the ID card. So I'll click on this text to the shortcut is F8. So I come here, I'll click here where I want to start writing. So I can say Sam. Hey Sam. So I click on this picture. Anything you do, click on your picture. I come here in this property bar to select bold. That will make my word to be bold. So I click and drag it here. So I want to select white color here. So I select white here. And I reposition everything. So the next one again, I want to add the logo tagline. That's the motto or the slogan for the logo. So I come to this again, I click on it. Click here where you want to start. I don't drag from there. Likewise, you don't drag from here. Doesn't make sense. So you don't need to drag from this place, this middle here, this middle here, this middle here, and this. Drag from 4 points, either here, or you drag from here, or you drag from here, or you drag from here. So So let me drag from this lower side. Now I want to change the font. I want to change the font to another kind of slant font. So I can go for something like brush script. So I want to use something like this. This worksheet, you can see it. So I want to select white again. So this is white. I click on this white. You cannot see anything because the background is set this white. So I put it here, so you can see it has appeared back. Then I can now drag it here again. So this is my tagline. I want to add a passport photograph for this ID card. So I click and drag here. So I have clicked and drag. This is my dimension. Remember where we always put the size that we want for the. I can say 0.9 by 0.9. My enter. Then I'll click this picture. Always remember, I can drag if I want it to be more larger. I can drag again if I want it to be more larger. Then I want to make the outline visible. I want to make the outline visible too. So I use a shortcut of F12. So if I click on F12, it gives me a pop out box. So from this color width, that's the first one I'll have to select. This width, I can select something like 0.75 depending on what we use here. So I can check my preview here. I just put this aside so that I can be checking what kind of width is this. So if I add it, it becomes multicolor, you can see. But I want to use this. Then this color, I can select the color I want here in this drop down. So I can say I want a dark blue color. Then here I always take this behind fill and scale with objects. Then I will increase this to like 1 or 1.5. So this is okay for me, depending on your preference. So you might not follow mine sometimes. And this inner color cyan, I don't want it. So I click on this. This first color is always known that I don't want any color. I click on it, it becomes white. So now I want to import a picture inside this circle as my passport now. So to do that, there are many ways to do that, but I'll teach you the simplest way is using the shortcut Ctrl+I to import. So I click on Ctrl and I. So load it and determine where do you want to import your file from. So I can say I'm in the download folder here, as you can see. So I want to check if I have a passport that I can use. I just use this as my passport. It's not my passport, I can use this. I select it and I click on import. So it's asking me how do you want to drag it. So I want to drag it. Just click hold and drag. Click hold and drag. Follow my instruction. So this is the picture here, a PNG picture of mine. So now I want to put this picture inside this circle. I guess you should have known how to do that now, but if you don't, I can help you out to do that. So the way we input the first box inside this big box, that's the way we are going to do this again. So this lesson is a repeated lesson, so if you don't get it from the first step, you get it from the second step. So just right click and hold, then you drag it inside this circle. I right click, then I am holding the right click. I did not release it. Immediately I press it, I hold it, I didn't release it. I'll drag it inside this box until give me this target, something like arrow, something like circle with 4 points like this. If I put it outside, to not give me, it's very easy. You can see it's parallel and cut off some part of the body, so I have to go and amend it. That's when the edit now comes in. So you right click and select edit parallel. So this the half body is showing me, so I can now click and drag it down. So the next one is maybe your ID number, your date of birth, your phone, your email, because it's for the company. So for your ID number, you can say ID number. Just input any kind of number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next one. So opening a new page, I can click here to open another page. This is my first page here for this front design, and this is my second page here. On this to remove this on my P to make it in the center. Then I want to power clip here, right click and drag it inside A. Then select power clip inside. So you right click again, edit content. So I can reduce this. I want to make use of this freehand tool or F5, it's F5. So at the first point I want to start, I click, just click, then you drag your mouse to the next ending. So I just click on this and I'll click on Ctrl D. So you duplicate it two times. So that's one, this is another one. So I want to place it above here. So these two here, I'm making use of this. If I click on this, turn it to the bend. I click on this one also. I click on the two. So if I'm satisfied with this, I can click on this finish. This is just an introductory class. We're still going to the in-depth, but this is just an introductory for you, so you can have something to practice with, to rehearse with. So and when we get to the complexities, I'll see what we're going to make use. If you're familiar with this, that one will be more easier. So I have saved my work now. This is my front view, this is my back view of my work, of what I have done now. We want to convert this to a picture that can show on our mobile phones. I really appreciate you spending a whole lot of time watching my videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment in the comment section below. Share to your friends, your fellow people. By doing this, you make me great and you enjoy this channel a lot. Thank you. I love you.